Everybody, I'm Tony Fleming from Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Thanks for joining me on what I consider a collector car video series today. You say, Tone, how could you know what a collector car is? You don't know much about cars. Well, I say, you know what? You're probably right. However, when you have low production, low miles, you have originality, right? All the things wrapped up in a particular type car, then you have what I would call a collector car. For the simple fact is the likelihood of seeing this car at a Cars and Coffee, at a car show someplace is pretty slim. This is a pretty spectacular piece. We have the stock original wheels that came with it, as well as this upgraded set of kind of period correct BBS wheels, right? These were so cool back in the day, and they still look really good today. They're really expensive, quite honestly, and so well built. Also, too, we're going to do a couple small things that you may or may not see in other people's videos, and that is we're going to measure the paint. And this right here is a paint meter. It measures the paint in millionths of an inch thick as we authenticate the originality of this car and move it more and more into collector car status. All right, so we have graphite gray metallic factory paint, right? They only made 1659. Sorry, I had to read that because there's a lot of detail on here, and I get so excited that sometimes I forget stuff, and then I get yelled at by people for forgetting things. So 1659 of these total build of these CSIs. Why? Because they're expensive. 42,500 back in 1983. This car is 40 plus years old today. 40 plus years old today. I want you to think about that number. Driven less than 2,000 miles a year. So what we like to do is we'd like to say, okay, how much of this car is original paint? So we go ahead and we take this paint meter. Now this paint meter tells you things that other things can't. People say, oh, I have original paint or whatever. Doesn't matter. This right here measures millionths of an inch thick, right? And shows you when you have original paint. And so if it's within 3 millionths of an inch thick, let's say it's, I'll use round numbers of, let's say, from 4 to 7, we know it's original. When it jumps to 10, we know a panel's been painted. Not that that's a bad thing, because a body shop that's done a good job cares about the quality of the work. They don't care about the thickness of the paint. We just want to know what's original and what's not. So we walk around and we do this here, right? 5.0, 6.0, 5.0. So we're all in the right range of all of these things that it should be. And we move around the car, we check all that stuff. So anyway, I like to do that. The other thing I like to do too is I like to show the quality of a paint in a video, right? Why? Well, because pictures can be enhanced, as they say, enhanced. I'm sure you've heard of the word enhanced, right? With AI and everything like that. With video, this is raw, this is real. And I ask you to look at the paint, but don't look at the paint. You say, Tone, what are you doing? Why do you say look at the paint, but don't look at the paint? Well, what I mean is this. Look at the paint, but look at what's in the paint, meaning the ceiling, the lights, this font on this piece of paper. The clearer it is, the better it is. Now, this is factory circa 1983. Let me make this paper a little bigger so you can see it over here. Look how good this paint is. I'm not sure that they paint cars as good as they did back then, especially in metallics and grays. You can read every one of those letters, nice and crisp, right? And super, super nice. All right, so I've driven this car. I want to talk about that a little bit as well, but I want to take a peek under the hood because there is the mother lode, and we need to get started. All right, so let's take a peek under here. Now listen, we have two types of people that get something fun here. One person is they just want a cool car. They want to drive it. They want to have it in their garage. They want to drive to work sometimes and just enjoy it. And I love that person. And then you have other people who'd love to go to a show, open up the hood, show off the car, go to Cars and Coffee. I love that person too, because you know what? The passion for a car lies with whatever you feel like doing with it. So we make sure that that you'll be proud to open the hood of this car, right? So some cool stuff in here, because what we have is originality. We're back to the statement that I made at the beginning, was collector car, right? So we have original decals here, okay? Ones you can't buy. These are decals you can't purchase anymore. The fact that they're all still in place here is amazing. All of these technical decals here, BMW genuine parts, the original color code, graphite metallic in German right there, and emission stickers. Like, this is a little bit of a time capsule because all of this stuff is so original, right? And you look around and you're going, this is crazy that somebody could take care of the car this well. And I'm hoping that you will be able to enjoy it and do the same thing. Anyway, it's great if you want to go to a show and show off the engine compartment, or if you just want to take it to work and drive it, that's great too. And the way you close these is you don't have to slam them, okay? They have a handle inside. You push it forward and that locks it down. All right, so these cars, the styling of them made them expensive, right? You knew that they were expensive. They just looked like a luxury German sports car with looking through here with these headrest mounts here to show off just another luxury piece. The dual exhaust. This is an independent rear suspension that's in here as well. And then inside the trunk, total BMW luxury, right? Every piece is carpeted. And here is a cool piece that a lot of people don't know that makes and adds some value to a car is this has the original tool set in here. Nice and complete with extra fuses, wrenches, screwdrivers, stuff like that. That is a pretty cool piece when you think about it because so few cars have that anymore. And then it just goes right like that. Boom, if you ever need it. Tighten it right up. And then also inside this box here, we've kept the original stereo speakers because this has an upgraded audio system in it. All that's still in there. Original floor mats are in there. I mean, this is some cool stuff in case you ever want to convert it back. I love this shot of the video here where you can kind of see what your car looks like as you're walking up to it, right? It's great looking. Some cool stuff to point out here is we have an electric sunroof. It's nice because it's a steel sunroof, so it's painted like the body. Gives it that coupe look. Coupes, believe it or not, in many cars, 911s and things like that, bring more money than convertibles do. So interesting thought just to why they were thinking that. These rear windows go down. There's real bucket seats in the back for people. There's plenty of room in here to carry 4 people comfortably in this car for a lot of miles. It's a grand touring car with an amazing suspension. Obviously, a legendary engine, things like that. Now, most importantly, let's get inside where you're going to spend most of your time. All right, so what do you get when you get an expensive car? I mean, if you look at the conversion dollars, we put that on the site there. It's up to almost $150,000, right? That this car would have been in $1983. That's an expensive car. There's not many BMW coupes in that range, right? This was expensive because it was kind of, low production, kind of hand-built, and luxury items. And again, we're to have original leather seating here, original console, shifter, handbrake. You may not see this as a big deal, but like this, for instance, that is annoying as all get out. Why do I like it? Because it says this car's original, right? Works like it's supposed to. It's the key-in buzzer. And again, back there, these are awesome seats. Oh my God, they're so good. Then you have the Traveler computer that's still here. All the 80s cars had those Traveler computers. They were the hottest thing ever then. And this does have the upgraded audio, which we talked about. I believe the original radio's in there. However, what we do love is the dash layout. I mean, that 7,000 RPM tack is right there in your face. 150 mile an hour speedometer. They were serious about that car. They knew it could go fast. And it's set up with luxury stuff too for cruising long distances. This really was a grand touring car with power windows and power locks and cruise control and all of those things in there. Anyway, super nice inside. All right, so we closed up this collector car. We did a lot of great stuff today. I think we metered the paint for authenticity. We talked about 2 sets of wheels and tires. We looked at the interior that has survived over 40 years. This car has survived over 40 years. You think about that. I'm not sure I could take care of a car as well as this has been taken care of. This is another one of those cars that we're watching go up in value. I don't want you to miss out on it. It happens to people all the time. And then on top of it, it's not only a great sports car, but it's a car that you could go away for the weekend in. You're like, wow, I didn't even think about that. Normally I take my SUV. Well, you know what? Don't take the SUV. Go away for the weekend with your significant other or some friends or whatever in this car, or go with the kids, right? It's got air conditioning, power windows, cruise control, all of the amenities that you have in your modern car with great styling. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about this BMW 633 CSI, right? And low mileage survivor. And if you don't mind, hit the thumbs up down below there. That helps get our message out, and I really appreciate that. Share it with your friends. They might like to see some of this content as well. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got new stuff coming out all the time. And I'll see you on the test drive. What do these great vintage 6 Series cars sound like, especially with high performance engines in them? Well, they sound really nice and so smooth. So smooth.